Hey guys, how you doing? Uncle Bob here once again with another video, and today is episode 6 of Horror Hangouts with Uncle Bob, celebrating some special videos over the course of Halloween 2024 is the specials Horror Hangouts with Uncle Bob. And in this episode, episode 6, we're going to be doing the next or the final 3 episodes not episodes, final 3 films in the Hellraiser franchise, and doing 2 extras in the Hills Have Eyes franchise, a couple of films, because when I watch these, there's still some time remaining for the duration that I've got. I set myself to watch the films, and yeah, there's time left over, so I usually fit those in as well. You know, because when I watch these horror films, I've been doing it over like sort of weekends, like Friday to Sunday, and I usually say to myself, I'm going to watch about 3 or 4 horror films. You know, just give me a bit of time to relax and watch a few, and yeah, I just do that pretty much every year. And yeah, and there's 3 Hellraiser films in the franchise. There was, as I said, there was some time left over, so I decided to fit Hills Have Eyes franchise in. So we move on to the next instalment in the Hellraiser franchise, which is the 9th film, which is the Hellraiser Revelations. Now, this, well, probably say that this is maybe the worst Hellraiser film. Probably not only have done so, but probably could be the worst one that they ever do. And maybe even, it might even be the worst, one of the worst horror films. It's quite bad. You won't hear me saying much good about this. Probably the least as bad is good. I mean, it's not got much going for it, to be honest. I mean, if you've seen it, you know pretty much about it. Yeah, where do I start, really, to be honest? Yeah, I'll just go basically to the storyline. This group of people or know each other end up, sort of getting together. I'm not sure it's a party, but sort of like getting together. And yeah, basically someone ends up solving a box, and or one guy is sort of like the I guess you could say the villain or the evil character. He's just basically, I'm not sure, I can't remember if it's him that solves the box or not. But anyway, I think he sort of wants to kill him. I don't know if he's killing him just because he wants to kill him, or if he's killing him for Pinhead. I can't remember which. But yeah. Anyway, yeah. So they're all together, and then they end up, some of them get killed one by one, and obviously Pinhead shows up later. And to be honest, yeah, it's just not great at all. And it's filmed sort of like amateurish. It's almost like just some people have just basically got a camera and said, let's just make a Hellraiser film. And sort of, it's quite amateurish the way it's like shot and that. I think it's very low budget as well. It's not like a big blockbuster. It's not even one like Hellworld or Deader or Hellseeker, to be honest. It's just like, yeah, it's just very amateurish the way it's shot. And it's really short. It's really short as well. It's only like just over an hour, which is very, very short. It's probably the shortest horror film I've ever seen, to be honest. It's shot sort of amateurish. It's very amateurish. Storyline is not great. I mean, the kills are alright, but not great. It's very short, and it's just not good at all. I mean, yeah, and it's just quite difficult to even say what is good about it, other than the fact maybe it just is a Hellraiser film and Pinhead's in it. But yeah, I mean, even he looks terrible. It doesn't even look like the old classic Hellraiser that looks good. It's just, yeah, it's all awful. Now, coming to Hellraiser Judgment, Now, this is probably, well, I'll say a slight improvement, but it, again, this is not good. But it's probably better than hellraiser Revelations. So it is a slight improvement. But again, Pinhead looks terrible. I don't know if they decided to change the mask or that just the character design itself, but it looks pretty terrible. Not like the old ones where it looks really good. Yeah, but mask, the way it looks, is pretty terrible. But it's okay. But basically, these detectives that are trying to stop this serial killer. And basically, they're not realizing that this serial killer is someone that's doing the kills so that Pinhead can come and take their souls, and basically they're trying to unravel the mysteries of the serial killer and what's happening, but obviously little do they know it's someone that's opened the box and obviously is doing the kills, so obviously Pinhead can take advantage and get their souls. Yeah, and yeah, it's basically that. But I think generally all the way through, it's, as I said, it is a slight improvement over the last one. It's quite more or less like some of the other ones, maybe like Inferno and Hellseeker. So it's got that sort of vibe to it, and it is sort of better in a way. And there's a few kills that are alright, but again, Pinhead looks pretty terrible the way that they changed the character. Again, this is quite short. As I said, even though it's short, as I said, it is an improvement, but still not great. It's still not long enough. It's about an hour and 10, I think. So quite short, or too short. But yeah, it's, as I said, it's probably another one that's quite weak, but certainly better than Revelations. I mean, any of the Hellraisers better than that. I mean, probably most horror films better than Revelations. It's just really poor. But yeah, John Brothers is alright, not great, but better than Revelations. Now we're coming to the last one in the Hellraiser franchise, and it's the reboot that was come out in, I thought it was 2021, but I think it's 2022 that this came out. Yeah, it's the reboot that they did, and totally different. It's not even Pinhead now. The main character is actually a female, Cenobite, and she's like almost like a female version of Pinhead. Again, it's different, and appreciate the fact that they tried something different and new. So, and basically, there's this basically about this woman, the female cast, and she's sort of like having problems, and she's like addicted to drugs and stuff. And basically, she finds a box and ends up opening it, and then she unleashes the female Xenotype and all the all the other Xenotypes. And obviously she's unaware that opening it would cause all the Xenotypes to come and unleash things, and she's obviously seeing death all around her, and it's all death unfolds since she's opened the box, and then obviously she's trying to find out the purpose and what's happening. And yeah, and then she just gets, as I said, since she hadn't, it's all just unravels, and then it's all death around her. And actually, I think this is not a bad reboot, to be honest. I would say I wasn't really too keen at the fact that it was not, something that wasn't, Pinhead wasn't in it, and it was a female version of Pinhead rather than Pinhead, which I wasn't too keen on. However, I don't mind her. She comes across as quite a good female villain. Maybe not as strong as Pinhead, but obviously, she's not going to be. But yeah, I think she comes across quite, very much like a female version of Pinhead. And as I said, I think this is alright as a reboot. It's not one of the ones that's like a reboot and you think it's quite rubbish. It's actually not bad. I think it's alright. I actually think if they hadn't made any of the Hellraiser films, I think this would have certainly definitely worked. If you discounted all the other Hellraiser and they just made this, I think it would have been alright. It's a horror film. But yeah, I think it's quite good. There's some good kills. Storyline is alright. The acting is alright, and the kills are good. And I think there's a good pace to this, and it pans out right. This is quite a good length as well, which I appreciate. It's about maybe 1 hour and 50 minutes. Probably longer than an average horror film, which is about maybe like an hour and 20 minutes, hour and 25 minutes. And so it's maybe a bit too long, but because it's a reboot, I think that's alright. And I think the pace of it, kills, and I think it's alright for a reboot, to be honest. It's not a bad watch. And yeah, that's the end of the Hellraiser franchise. 11 films in the franchise. So now we're going to be doing the, because there was some time in my duration of watching them. So yeah, I had some time left, so I decided to watch a couple of the Hills Have Eyes films. Now, I haven't got the original. I don't think I've seen the original. I've only seen the remake and the second one. But there is, because obviously it's coming from the old one. I can't think of when that was actually. Was it 70s or 80s? I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, it's basically a remake of that. And yeah, if you hadn't known already, basically this family taking a trip, going to away from the city and across sort of canyons and stuff. And little do they know that there's this group of guys that are sort of mutants that are in the sort of in the desert canyons that have been living there, and they're sort of, because they're not mutants, they've just been outcast to live sort of away from society. And every time any civilians or people come through there, they've murdered them, and there's just loads of people that have been murdered that have come through there. And then this family ends up going through there, and then some of them do get killed, but I think there's about 3 survivors that end up fighting against the mutants. And then it's actually alright, actually. I think this is quite a good remake. Don't really have any issues with this. I think it's quite a good, solid horror film, to be honest. Don't have any issues. I think the time is right. Didn't need to be any longer, didn't need to be any shorter. I think some of the kills are pretty good. There's a few bits I didn't agree with, like the bit where one of them eats a bird. I'm a huge animal person, so I didn't really like that. And that's on film, and it's not really happening, but yeah, I'm just not a fan with and was getting killed on screen. I'm not all for that. But other than that, yeah, I don't really have any issues with it. I think it's just generally, I think it plans out quite well. I think it's rushed. And it's all, yeah, it's all. I think it's all good stuff. Really, to be honest, I think it's a pretty good remake. And I actually saw this at the cinema when it first came out. I thought it was quite good. Yeah. So, and then we go on to the Hills Have Eyes 2. Now this is, yeah, it's not as good as the first one, and it's not one of my favourites. Now again, it's more or less pretty much the mutants that are still living in the desert after the events of the first one, and basically this army, or small army of soldiers, end up going into the desert after this. I'm not sure if I can't remember if they know about the killings that are going on, but they go to investigate or something, and go around to find out what's happening, and then they end up going to the desert. They end up getting killed. The army soldiers end up getting killed off one by one by the mutants, and yeah, that's the general gist of it. I think the idea was there, you know, to do something different than the first film, but it's not great. I mean, some of the kills are alright, but not. I wouldn't say it's anything that's sort of like where you could say, oh, 2 is really, really good. I think it's just one of them ones that sort of you can watch on Friday night or Sunday night and just have on. Yeah, but it's, as I said, the idea of doing something new was there, and I said the kills are alright, but it's just not great. It's not as good as the first. But yeah, it's alright. But yeah, it's not great, and it's not. I can't remember if this was at the cinema or whether it just came out straight to DVD. Yeah, but it wasn't. I don't think it did as well as the first one either. But yeah, so that's the Hills Have Eyes 2. So that's it for this episode, guys. Episode 6 of Hangouts of Uncle Will. Join me in the next episode, episode 7. Well, we'll be doing the Saw films. So that's going to be, it's going to be over the course of next 3 episodes, all the Saw films we're going to be talking, which should be interesting to talk about the next, all 10 of the Saw films we're looking going through. So guys, if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next 3 episodes of Hangouts of Uncle Will. Take care, bye for now, see you soon. Thanks for watching.